We've actually got a double act for our first talk. It's Nick and James, if you could welcome them to the stage.
Good afternoon, guys. Okay, so we're kind of assuming, before we start, that you guys can deliver SEO rankings to a certain degree. And what we're going to touch on is actually the management of those clients in around 15 minutes, which is going to be pretty difficult. So hopefully, whether you're an in-house person, a freelancer, or an agency like ourselves, we'll kind of give you some kind of key takeaways from today. Or if you've got an existing client base and you want to manage that client a little bit more effectively, hopefully we'll have some information for you guys as well.
Okay, so I don't think we're the only double act of the day, but I'm actually head of web at Creare, so SEO comes sort of secondary to me after web. Boo, it's okay, you can boo me. And Nick and I have worked together for probably the best part of 7 years, and we've taken our client base from quite literally 0 to, I think we're just over 1,500 clients now. And it hasn't been an easy journey, but hopefully the sort of the things that we'll share with you today will kind of show you the things that we would like to have known 5 or 6 years ago before we started.
Okay, so we thought we had to have some sort of formula in our SEO presentation. So here goes. So a good strategy, plus great delivery, plus an awesome team, plus fantastic systems should in turn mean that you can retain your clients and scale your business or your department. Now, if one of these falls down, then potentially you won't manage to retain those clients. So to start with, James is going to talk about the strategy and the delivery aspects of that formula.
Thanks, Nick. Okay, so let's start with strategy. Quite obvious, but it's really important to choose your clients strategically. Stick to your client niche or threshold, so know who your target audience are, whether that be based in an area, or perhaps a budget or a specific industry. So at Creare, we deal mainly with SMEs, so that could be anything from the plumber, like we've got illustrated there. Again, I hope there's no sales guys here today to throw anything at me, but it's really important to not be afraid to turn away any clients. You know, if you've got this guy here in the top hat, he doesn't suit our mold, it's important to just move on and not necessarily take on every single client that inquires. Okay, so about 5 or 6 years ago, SEO was quite new, particularly for SMEs. And a lot of people were having sort of SEO done for the very first time on their site. So clients come today with some sort of SEO knowledge or even history, like a pedigree on their website. So it's important to analyze the sites that you have coming in, whether they've got an exact match domain, perhaps a penalty, or if they're going to be difficult to communicate with because maybe they're on the other side of the world. So filter your clients as you take them on. If you're dealing with volumes of clients, it's nice to have consistency. To get the campaign right from the outset, and probably one of the best ways that we do this at Creare, is to get the conch out and get our sales, our web, and our SEO teams all together right at the start. It's important to invest a lot of time with volume clients and getting the strategy right. And if you have the advantage, like we do, of having an in-house web team, of working with the web designers, working with SEO and sales, to put that campaign together and put that time in. Managing clients' expectations is really important, again, when you're dealing with volume. You need to ask yourself, you know, what is the client looking for in terms of a return on investment for their website? Are they looking for, like these guys down at the golf club, the trophy listing to be able to show off? Or are they looking to arrive in the golf club in a sports car because of all the money that their website's made through the fantastic work that we're doing with search marketing? So how do they measure success? It's a really important thing to document and to work with your clients right at the start with the strategy. So on to delivery. This is what I'm really passionate about, particularly again with clients coming in. It's the importance to make sure that they have a great website. So I was trying to find an example of a poor website to show everybody, and I was sort of struggling and didn't want to put anything up. So I just used Ling's Valentine's website as an example. I don't know if anyone has seen her on Dragon's Den. I can't quite show you this, obviously, in a flat graphic, but if you haven't seen this website, it's quite incredible, the amount of animated GIFs and noise and things that are happening on this website. But to put this in a little bit more perspective, I can give you a sort of example of a client that literally gave us a testimonial just the other day. And this is DBS Bathrooms. They had an existing website, e-commerce website online. They came to us for SEO services, got them ranking quite quickly, and we started working with them for about 6 months when we obviously realized with them that their return on investment wasn't really that great. Because the quality of the website didn't really meet our standard, we designed them a new one, and we put a real key focus on things like delivery, allowing people to move around the website quickly and cleanly through usability. And just as a result of this redesign, we increased their conversion rate from 0.67 to 2.64. So all of us will know that a really good e-commerce conversion rate is anything between 2 and 3%. So everything stayed the same in terms of the traffic that we're bringing in with the existing SEO, but we've managed to literally increase their monthly sales by 500%. So from a return on investment perspective from this customer, they're obviously going to be over the moon. So it's important to get this right from the start of the strategy. So rankings and traffic, for me, are nothing without conversion. It's our role as SEO consultants to deliver for our clients. And we at Creare kind of consider both the conversion just as equally as important it is with the rankings, the traffic that we drive through SEO. If the site isn't good enough, it's our role to do something about it. We have the advantage of working with the best part of 30 web designers at our quite large company, and we probably make about 90% of our clients' websites that we optimize. But if you don't have access, if you don't have even the in-house technical expertise to be able to do that, make recommendations and send them through to the client and badger them to get those done in place. It's important to make sure that you're happy with the website that you're optimizing. So much so that we're twice as likely to keep a customer if we made the website. So again, with delivery, whether it's the physical build of the website, the on-site SEO, or even off-site delivery techniques, a great tip from us is to standardize good practice. You're going to be having a lot of people working with you on your projects, your 1,000 clients, so you want to document and sort of formulate best practice into a bit of a Bible. It doesn't matter whether it's, say, an HT access file to speed up WordPress site. We've got one for WordPress, Magento, and all the other open source platforms that we tend to work with quite commonly. Even Joost de Valk, most of us will know that he's launched his new WordPress SEO local plugin. We've got a team working on that now with a few of our clients to see if that works. And if it does, we'll probably fold it into our best practice standards. And because of the volume of clients that you have on a sort of scale that we're talking about, you're going to have clients of all shapes and sizes. So it's important to have like a formula in standards that you can use. And try and use the 80-20 rule as well, because if 80% of what you have in your sort of standards Bible, so to speak, works for your customers, then you know that your standards are good. It's also really important to learn from mistakes as well as successes. Again, with volume, managing 1,000 clients, you're going to be working with a lot of people building links once the websites are built. So you really need to draw a very strong line between good practice and things like spam. Now, I always think of this sketch from Mitchell of Webb when we talk about this. Are we the baddies? I don't know whether anyone's seen this sketch, but it's kind of their realization when they're on the front line. And I like to try and apply the same principle with what we do. If a technique like building a directory link, 4 or 5 years ago, that used to work really well. You build a few of those and the customer would rank. These days, it's worthless. So you've got to remove old techniques straight away.
Okay. So James has touched on then how important it is to get that point of sale strategy right, and also to standardize any good practice so you can apply it to those 1,000 clients. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the team that goes behind that, and then the systems which reinforce everything that we do at Creare. So for me, a team is probably the most important element of the formula that we're talking about. Essentially, I can't manage 1,000 SEO clients on my own. And the first thing to consider is getting the right people for the right job. So if you're a really good communicator, or you've got people that are good communicators, put them in account manager roles. If you've got technical people or people that are very detailed, put them in delivery roles. It makes quite a lot of sense, and that's something that Ran Fishkin touched on last year at SearchLab as well. So from that, you've got to try and keep that team motivated. Now, a motivated team will be a productive team, and in turn, they should produce better quality work. And now, that's not always about money. It could be about position or public recognition, or bringing them to a conference, or even getting to know them on a personal level as well. But it's really important if you want them to produce quality work on a consistent basis. So this is one of the ladies that's here today, which is Fliss. So she's been with the business just over a year, and this is great for me to see this sort of thing So she started as a junior SEO consultant. We've developed her. We've given her the skills she needs to do her job, and she's now a junior team leader within the business. And she's doing great for herself, but for her clients as well, which is just as important. So it kind of comes on to recruitment then. So we've got a team of 60 SEO consultants. And when I started in 2007, it was just me in a dark room. And recruitment's really important to go back to. Look at the role that you need to recruit for and get that right person. Don't just recruit for the sake of it. And that's something that we've taken quite seriously at Creare when we've expanded. Can you get to the next slide, James? We love graduates. We want to give young people an opportunity in a kind of expanding, exciting, and kind of growth market. And I know this is something that's really close to Jason Woodford's heart as well. He talked about it at last Brighton SEO, and I think he's talking about it today as well. I was chatting to him yesterday. And he's kind of trying to get a scheme with universities and almost like an apprenticeship for the SEO world. As ourselves, we're in the Midlands, and we work with De Montfort University, Coventry University, and Aston Business School. We've done presentations to people that are about to graduate. We've been invited to do lectures on digital marketing courses and go to job fairs, that sort of thing. But basically get involved with the graduates and any young talent, make sure you get them before somebody else does. Rocky Balboa, one of my heroes. Training's really, really important for your team. So we've got kind of an academy at Creare, which basically we put everybody through to make sure the standardised practice that James talked about in the delivery section, everybody's up to that skill set. It's then the ongoing training that's important from our perspective. So we do like workshops where people look at on-site, off-site, conversion rate optimization, all these different elements to give our guys a very broad skill set to do their job. Hard work and a willingness to go above and beyond. So, there's been a lot of hard work over the last kind of 6 years for me and James and that growth of taking on 1,000 clients. But you need to encourage the people that have got a passion for SEO and a real passion for marketing. They're the ones that are going to help drive that good practice that James talked about. They're the ones that, are going to go away and research and develop new standards that can go into our Bible, essentially. So make sure you reward them. So just before we move on to systems, we want to just give you an idea of some of the roles that we feel are important to manage 1,000 SEO clients. Firstly, delivery roles, which could be content marketing, could be off-site, on-site people. Managers, to make sure that everybody does what they're supposed to be doing. Research and developers, or people that look at the penalty analysis to make sure that the standards that we use, kind of on that 80-20 rule, work for the masses of our clients. And also account managers that communicate all the great work that the rest of the team do back to our clients. So, the importance of a great system. All the things we've talked about, it's really key to have a system that kind of backs up what we're talking about. And it doesn't have to be an 80s supercomputer. It can be a spreadsheet. It can be an off-the-shelf CRM system. All you need to do is find a system that works for you, basically. If you can get a system to manage and spot check productivity, consistency, and quality of work, it's going to help managing lots of clients very easy. So just to give you a few ideas of what our CRM system does, it's got some automation, so it automates our ranking checks, automates some of our reporting. We've got a bit of a link repository for our link builder guys. We're also trying to develop it, and we're kind of, again, back to this kind of 80-20 rule, but our system is kind of 80% complete, but it's always going to evolve as the industry changes, and we're kind of developing this keyword strategy and point of sale sitemap that's going to go right from the south through to the SEO department to keep that continuity of communication with what the client wants. Frequent communication. So we work with SMEs, like we said at the start, and one of the biggest bugbears of small to medium businesses is not getting communicated to effectively from their service providers. And ultimately, if you don't contact your clients, then this guy probably will. And there's lots of SEO companies out there that can do it for cheaper, or they can do a better job, or have more keywords for your money. So for us, it's really important that we make sure we contact our clients on a regular basis and communicate all that good work that we do, because if you don't communicate with them, they often think that we're not actually doing any work at all. Okay, then, so finally, with systems, we want to touch on outsourcing. Now, this isn't something that Creare are experts at, or we do to a great extent, but we do know it is a viable way of delivering to mass clients. A couple of weeks ago, we were at Distilled Live, and Matt Beswick was there. I think he might be around here today somewhere as well. And he had this great quote that says, "Outsource anything that can be accurately defined or is process-driven. You do the things that need creative thinking or involve speaking to the masses." Now, I think that's really appropriate for outsourcing, but also for managing 1,000 clients as well. Okay, so we've covered are 4 elements of our formula, and we're going to just kind of give you a summary and some key takeaways for each section.
Okay, so only really scratching the surface, but in terms of strategy, choose your clients wisely and manage their expectations. Understand your client's business and its customers. In terms of delivery, design and conversion is just as important as the traffic that you guys are driving to the website with SEO. And collate and standardize good practice.
From a team perspective, find and keep the right people for the right job, and invest in ongoing training, research and development of those individuals. Systems to try and manage and track and spot check as much as you can and take that administration away from you guys. And monitor that communication. For managing 1,000 clients, it's really important. Thanks very much.